course, I am very happy to be free. And I hope that all of my fellow hostages will be freed very soon.
Frank Reed, haggard and worn, but free after 3.5 years as a hostage. That's our top story on Action News Nightcast. Good evening. I'm Jim Lampley.
And I'm Bree Walker. Former American hostage Frank Reed has just completed the latest leg in his freedom trip, arriving in Wiesbaden, West Germany, just a short time ago. Reed was handed over by Muslim kidnappers earlier today and driven to the Syrian Foreign Ministry in Damascus. He gave reporters a subdued but agonized account of the isolation and the uncertainty he endured as a hostage. He said he sometimes lost track of time, that he had been blindfolded for 3.5 years, and then they were given books to read.
I refused to read and refused to watch television simply because I did not want to be entertained when I had lost my freedom.
Reed said he and other hostages were given no news nor information about where they were, who was there, or why they had been kidnapped.
Reed will spend the next few days at a military hospital in Wiesbaden undergoing medical tests and a State Department debriefing. Meanwhile, Reed's wife, Fifi, and their 9-year-old son left Massachusetts earlier tonight and are now flying to West Germany for a reunion. Reed's release was greeted with joy and tears.
I'm thrilled, overjoyed, happy, excited, all of the above.
I think we're just elated, we're ecstatic. It's finally over, and thank God for that.
Reed's 91-year-old mother says she never stopped praying.
With 2 American hostages set free in 1 week, Iran now wants President Bush to put pressure on Israel to release Muslim prisoners. But the president says the U.S. will not return goodwill gestures, and he's holding firm to the policy of refusing to negotiate with terrorists.
When a step is taken that goes toward that day when all hostages are released, I should say thank you. But beyond that, I can't say that I can be happy.
The Iranian newspaper says that unless the U.S. responds with a goodwill gesture, no more Western hostages will be released. President Bush welcomed the news of Reed's release as he greeted former hostage Robert Polhill at the White House. Polhill thanked the American people for their support and their warm welcome home.
Of course, this comes at a very special moment.
The only thing I can suggest is that the American people continue to show, as hostages continue to be released on a regular basis, how much we are wanted back.
16 Western hostages remain in Lebanon. 6 of them are American.
3 more world news making headlines tonight. Food rationing begins tomorrow in breakaway Lithuania. People are preparing for a long Soviet blockade. But there is a break in the impasse. Moscow has restored some natural gas supplies. Excuse me. 15 years ago today, Saigon fell to communist forces. The president of South Vietnam announced an unconditional surrender then and was arrested by the North Vietnamese. And on Hawaii's Big Island, lava from the Kilauea volcano is scorching land at the rate of 1 square foot per minute. The volcano has now destroyed 116 houses since it first erupted 7 years ago.
This sounds like science fiction, but officials say Huntington Beach is slowly sinking. Nearly half of the city has sunk over the past 60 years, from a few inches inland to more than 6 feet at the shore. Experts suspect oil drilling in the area has left huge underground voids, causing the soil to collapse.
And we've got much more news ahead. The downtown library fire 4 years later. Top comedians cook up some tasteful humor in a benefit with top local chefs.
And Cal Poly passes final judgment on a tradition turned violent. Stay with us.
You're watching Channel 2 Action News with Jim Lampley, Bree Walker, Steve Rambo Weather, and Keith Olbermann Sports. The Channel 2 Action News at 11.
Taste test after taste test, more people preferred these pies to Marie Callender's. Whose pies beat Marie Callender's? Coco's. That's right, Coco's. But taste for yourself. Just come in and ask for the pie that beat Marie Callender's. Coco's.
My wonderful sweetie pie.
Your Honda dealer. Sensitive, caring, respectful. The Honda Accord. Graceful, solid, reliable. No wonder the Accord became the #1 selling car in the country. They were made for each other.
Have I told you how beautiful you are?
Your Southern California Honda dealers, as dependable as the cars they sell.
Exclusively at Bullock's. Beverly Hills, Gail Heyman. Glamour is sexy again. Beverly Hills, Gail Heyman. Only at Bullock's.
Dodge knows how to move families. We practically reinvented family transportation with our bestseller Dodge Caravan. And with Dodge Spirit, we used all our know-how to build a great family sedan. Spirit gives your family available V6 power and more interior room than Honda Accord. But most importantly, it's priced to fit the family budget, especially with $1,000 cash back. Or for a limited time, you can get 0% Spirit financing. Make the move to Dodge now.
How about a significantly faster and considerably less stressful way to get to work? A small train, only 4 cars long, began a new service today for Orange County commuters wanting to beat the freeway blues. Our Sylvia Lopez explains.
You say the daily commute has you so worn out you never want to see the 5 or 405 again? If you live in Orange County and work in or near downtown L.A., commuting has just become a lot less stressful thanks to a new 4-car train.
It's just a real neat way, and it's stress-free and no hassles.
The train departs at 6 a.m. from San Juan Capistrano with stops in Santa Ana, Anaheim, and Fullerton before arriving at Union Station. This morning's inaugural ride took only an hour and 10 minutes. All that time to take a nap, play a game, throw a party, do a crossword puzzle, listen to music, even get in some extra work.
It's a time to relax and either sleep or do a little work. You can't do a whole lot of writing because it's a bit shaky.
Round-trip fare for this laid-back commute, $14. County officials think later on this train will become more popular, but today, for the most part, it was half empty. One reason for the low ridership may be that, unlike other trains, this one has no food service and no smoking.
The perception of this train is that there's no bar car, that there is not a smoking car, that there will not be toilet facilities.
Minor problems forced this evening's Orange County train to come to a stop barely 5 minutes out of downtown L.A. But what will attract commuters in the long run is the way it's supposed to ride, at a smooth 90 miles an hour. Sylvia Lopez, Action News Nightcast.
And here's a quick look at other news in Los Angeles tonight. A powdery substance on Interstate 5 near Glendale sends 3 people to the hospital. A hazmat team was called after a CHP officer and 2 stranded women who parked near the powder became nauseous. The organic powder apparently spilled from a truck. A threatened nurses' strike against 2 Kaiser Permanente hospitals is on hold tonight. According to union officials, the company's final offer is quite complicated. So the union will take about a week to go over the proposal with the nurses.
The president of Cal Poly today canceled the university's annual Poly Royal Festival following 2 nights of riots. The festival turned into a brawl during the weekend. A crowd of 100,000 people got out of control. Rocks and bottles were hurled at police. Officers responded with tear gas.